Hello, 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 world. We want to welcome you back for another week, another episode of UGSK, Underground Sports Kings, land of the trill, where sports and culture collide. I'm your host, Dwayne Sutton, a.k.a. Whoa, DT, Derek Taylor's in the building.
What's happening, what it is, bro.
And of course, the guns himself over there. Young man with the old age, that's what we're going to call you. J.E. Jonathan Ives in the building, man. Hey, man, how you feeling?
Man, I would say I was feeling good, but, we kind of coming back off of rebound. The whole family had a little sickness going on, but it's all right. We bouncing back, so glad to be back on the show.
Hey, man, we just came through the holiday season. They were singing it's the most wonderful time of the year. They must not know about all this other shit that was going on with it, bro.
It's the sickest time of the damn year.
All this sniffling and hacking and every goddamn thing going on, man. But we're glad to have you here, man, because, this past weekend was UFC 297, and none other than J.E. himself is going to definitely get into that, break that down, and probably express a little bit of disappointment with it. But before we get there, man, I want to make sure everybody knows, listen, this episode will be re-airing 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 Central on BWNC Radio. So if you missed it live, it's cool. And you on the move and stuff like that, it's fine. Download that app. Come for the podcast. Stay for the dope music. You say you support your folk. That's nice that you say it. Now do it. Download BWNC Radio. Black with no chaser. We definitely just want to give y'all a shout out, period. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Black with no chaser got a little bit of everything popping right now. You feel me? A little bit of everything popping right now. All right. So chime in, man. Get up with your folk. Now, fellas, we saw a little football last weekend. And shall we go ahead and just at least start off with the recap from last week? Can we start there?
Yeah, man, I was 4-0.
4-0. Listen, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I saw some good ball last weekend.
I think all the games were good last weekend.
Yeah, I saw some good ball last weekend. I got tired of seeing a lot of, because the NBA been pissing me off lately. Everybody been getting beat by 40 points or more. And I'm like, I need some competitive, energy out here, man. I don't know what's going on in the sports world, but NFL said, don't worry about it. Whoa, we got you. We'll fix everything. So let's get it kicked off real quick, man. Last Saturday. All right, this one probably was the least competitive of the two, but you can't really trip, though. Houston, Texas went ahead and took a visit to Baltimore, and we just want to go ahead and say that Baltimore confirmed the hype is real. God damn it, we the truth. And that's how they basically treated Houston. They was like, we the truth. All these other folks is out here. They got to come to our playing field. They got to come up to our level. CJ Stroud has had an amazing season, especially for him to be a rookie.
Potential offensive rookie of the year.
But Lamar freaking Jackson is just a man on another level when it comes to playing this sport of football. J.E., jump in here real quick, man. Tell me what you saw when you watched the Ravens basically dismantle Houston 34-10.
Well, first, I thought that Houston would have a chance. So I just want to start off there.
We know they got a chance.
Houston, well, this is the deal though. Is I thought that it would be a more competitive game the whole game. I didn't think that Baltimore would just start putting it on them. And that was surprising. Especially with the D'Amico Ryans defense and CJ playing as good as he was. And I know that they lost some valuable pieces throughout the season, but they still had Schultz, they had Singletary, Collins, and I'm proud of them because I feel as if they exceeded their expectations. big time. And so did CJ Stroud. I mean, he has played phenomenal the entire year. I mean, I don't think there was really a game where we can be like, CJ lost the game or he really played that bad, etc. But to see Baltimore just kind of, come out in the second half, and it just showed that they are that caliber of a team and they do belong in the Super Bowl, and Lamar is that guy. So yeah, that's really my take on it. But once again, much congratulations to the Texans, D'Amico Ryans, and I mean, they have a bright future for sure.
They really do, and I'm being real. You don't know nothing about Whoa. You know this. The past all season when the draft hit, I wanted CJ Stroud. I still want CJ Stroud, but I mean, Anthony Richardson is cool. All right, cool. But CJ Stroud, you just see he has the it factor when it comes to playing. Let me tell you, and I heard something. Who was it said this other night? And I said that's perfect. What Houston was able to do with CJ Stroud and building this young franchise up by unloading Deshaun Watson to Cleveland is the equivalent of what Dallas did when they unloaded Herschel Walker and was able to bring in and turn that into Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, and Emmitt Smith. Because they got some nice weapons over there to go along with CJ Stroud and Nico and Tank Dell. They got the veteran receiver out of Noah Brown out there, man, but they have some young guns who can go for a few more years with this offense. And they all was able to do it by saying, hey, you want Deshaun? Here, take him. Just give us everything. And Cleveland dumbasses did.
It is Cleveland.
Dog pound. But DT, chime in, bro. What did you see between Baltimore and Houston?
I saw everything I expected in the sense that I knew that Baltimore's defense would be dominant. I knew that Lamar would be a lot better this year in the playoffs, that is. I saw the pressure, the pressure defense, not the pressure of the moment. The pressure defense, I saw that get to Stroud a little bit, which if you look at his rookie season, that's the one thing that's the one area where he was not good, was when he faced pressure. But then I saw something I honestly just did not expect, which Jay just alluded to, man. Baltimore ran for like 225. I didn't expect them to be able to run the ball on a D'Amico Ryans defense like that. Like that was a little I was like, wow, that's amazing to me. But I mean, like I said, I saw for the most part, everything I expected.
This not the cowgirl fan, Ross. Why is Ross hunting? Oh my God, Ross, ease up. That's not the cowgirl fan. He looking for Jayhawk, man. Because Jayhawk a Cowboy fan. Wrong show, Ross.
Ain't
no Cowboys fans over here, bro. We got sense over here.
Well, kinda. I am a Falcons fan.
Well, hey, you loyal by nature. That's home. But no, I feel you on that. D'Amico Ryans is definitely, like I said, potential coach of the year. His defense responded. Like I loved how, what was that, the week before, prior to it, where he was able to coach his linebacker through that interception. It just shows you the intelligence, man, and the awareness of him. Even though he's not a player anymore, he still sees the field. That's beautiful, man.
Them instincts don't leave.
Them instincts don't leave like that. But no, I love what Houston is doing. It does make me nervous because they're in my division with the Colts. But ride or die. We doing what we does. J.E., by the way, my beard is safe. My beard is safe. Who that said that I was gonna have to shave my face? Who that? Anyway, man, we gonna push off from there, bro. Let's see who else was on deck. Yeah, that was Saturday night because Saturday night led into something else that we'll get into in just a moment. So Green Bay didn't get to host. Say it's cool, but they had to go out west to San Fran. Now, this is where I ain't gonna lie to you. The NFC North got a problem on their hands. Jordan Love, and correct me if I'm wrong now. Jordan Love, when he's comfortable, reminiscent of Aaron Rodgers a little bit with that thing. What you think? Am I tripping?
No, you're not tripping.
A little bit
He looked pretty good.
A little bit in the sense of even when he ain't comfortable, he still look a little bit like.
Oh no, that was he turned into Aaron Favre there.
No, that was the last.
That last throw. That was a very far.
He made a couple of throws just during the game in itself, escaping pressure. The one the pass he threw to the sideline, escaping pressure to the left, and throwing a straight dime to I think it might have been a tight end that was down towards the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it. It's like he threw the ball without his feet actually being on the ground.
He doesn't. It's like he does. That's why I say he reminds me of Rodgers. He can do it on the fly, on one leg, off his back leg at that. He just looks comfortable now within the offense. No matter what the defense is doing, he still knows what to do, how to adjust, where his reads need to be at. But he looks good, and the NFC North got a problem on their hands now because I know they thought they were just gonna have, turn the Packers into a punching bag. That's not the case.
No, it's not.
That's not the case. Hold on, Ross. Okay, see, you can't come in late. We've been doing this for a while now. Case you don't know. Okay. Falcons fan, Colts fan, and JE is a Saints fan. Got it? Man, you got to go back and check these shows. Ross he catching in late. But I appreciate you tuning in, my boy. He part of the IMO media group, man. We actually got something coming down the pipeline. We're just gonna get straight ignorant on Facebook. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Y'all keep your eyes peeled, man. The night shift is coming with Ross and Woe. What you mean you fucks with Batman? Oh, you fucks with Batman. Yeah, okay, cool. But nah, anyway, man. Were you at one point, JE? Were you nervous for the Niners? Like, hold on, this might not go the way, because they didn't have Debo either, did they?
Nope, Debo went out.
No,
first quarter.
Yeah, first hit. Might as well say he wasn't there.
I don't know.
Yeah, I want to say. I think it was the first drive, JE. Yeah,
I commend you for trying, but
no,
I don't know.
The injury he sustained had nothing to do with any injury prior to that. Whatever happened to him, that was something new.
Damn.
Well, it is the end of the season, and the bodies are breaking down. Let's face it. I mean, to be honest, I feel like, you see, some players didn't even make it to the end of the season. So, for you to be healthy, that's a key element in your success. But go back to your question, Dwayne. Yes, I was nervous because I don't think that anybody thought that the 49ers just completely had that in the bag. It wasn't until pretty much late in the game they come through with the winning drive and they score with McCaffrey. And, there's the game, but he could have thrown an interception. We could have had a fumble.
I was like, but were you even then, were you still like, they straight? Because Green Bay had the ball with a chance to go down and either tie or take the lead.
Yeah, and that was at the end of the game. So, let's face it, that drive was actually looking promising.
It was
until the pick.
until he turned into Favre. I was like, what are you doing?
Trying to fit it in there.
He
that was
one of the decisions all night.
All night. Yeah. He threw that in the triple coverage, and his receiver was behind all of the defenders. Like, right. So it would have had to go through 6 hands.
Hold on. Ross just made a statement I think we can all agree on. If Kansas City win, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I don't want to see Taylor Swift every 5 seconds.
Hey,
I think we're going to get there. Hold on to that thought process. We're going to get there, man.
Like, what is going on?
They've made her part of the game.
Hold on, man. We're going to get there.
We're going to have a jersey out here. Like, this game.
This game. We're going to focus on this game. Okay. So, the San Francisco Green Bay game, man, was a great game all the way through. And again, up until literally the interception came, and I think that's where, and I think that's where that's where he finally had that, rookie but not rookie like mistake, like trying to make something happen. And if I remember correctly, I think Green Bay still had 2 timeouts. So it's like you're pressing, but where you don't need to. We have time. We have timeouts. You got the sidelines. We good. You don't need to throw that ball. Right. But that's it's like taking a hungry man to a buffet. His eyes is always going to be bigger than the stomach. Just how it is. And I want to make this play so bad. I want to get the ball down the field. I want to be the hero. You don't have to do that. Green Bay ran the ball wonderfully. I mean, you remember we was watching that first half, and we like, bruh, every time they run the ball, it's 7-8 yards a clip. It was hat on a hat
Aaron
all
Jones
the time.
Looks healthier than he has the entire season. Aaron Jones was like, honestly, this is kind of like mid-season peak performance type stuff, which made him which makes him dangerous. And I ain't gonna lie to you. NFL is probably lucky because if that guy is still running in these playoffs, Packers could very easily have busted everybody's playoff bracket.
Yeah.
Because the defense is solid. The offense, they have a lot of young weapons too out there at the receiving core. And like I said, Love coming into his own. But yeah, man, Aaron Jones, me personally, I'm always gonna say my favorite division is always the NFC North, because 2 things are gonna always matter. You're gonna have to be able to run the ball, and you're gonna have to be able to play defense. And I mean the AFC North, excuse me. And looked like the Green Bay Packers were built for win a ball. But Aaron Favre showed up, and K Sarah. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I was nervous for San Fran. I know everybody was out there. Them Niner fans at the bang bang Niner game. They was out there pew pew.
Right. At the end of the game, it was pew. Don't shoot that little shit.
Hey, no, they were like, thank you. I ain't gonna lie. That motherfucker had me scared, but I hear my own shit.
Say that. Is this your cousin?
Fuck. But anyway, man, pushing on. Matter of fact, we gonna pause for a sec. Because J.E., I want to give you the flow.
Yeah, because this went into Saturday night.
This was Saturday night. And so after the game went off.
Yeah, it was.
In came UFC 297. And, sir, the floor is yours, sir. It's your time.
I appreciate that. Well, fellas and ladies and gents, we are back here in the corner with J.E. And once again, we have another controversial and widely discussed match in our heavyweight, our middleweight championship fight. Me personally, I feel like UFC 297 could have been just a fight night, but they ended up putting it on pay-per-view. And I understand, you got people fighting for titles, but this card, in a sense, in my opinion, lacked a little bit of luster when it came to the star power, I should say. A lot of the people, you don't really know who they are. They haven't fought in the UFC a lot. But anyway, I have to say that the UFC is still the best promotion around. I thought that the PFL would kind of start peeking into this, but it just doesn't seem that they have the firepower to get any big names. And let's face it, even the YouTubers have showed us that people watch fights with names because they want to see what's going to happen with people that they potentially want to see knocked out, or they want to see how they actually can potentially fight. So anyway, I'll get into the main card because that was where all the controversy was. And I will say I was pretty surprised to see Arnold Allen lose. This guy brings it, but he ended up, getting beaten. It was just a decision. But I didn't think that he would actually let it go there. So anyway, moving on. The next fight was Chris Curtis versus Mark Andre, and he finally won. Curtis always complains that people won't fight him because he likes to counterpunch. And if anybody kind of does any type of boxing movements where they stick and jab and they're moving out of his range and he can't hit him, he gets frustrated and still ends up losing the fight. So I was pretty surprised to see him still on the roster just because, he is an entertaining fighter at times, but sometimes he isn't, and it seems like Dana White gets rid of people very quickly when they aren't. After that fight, we had Neil Magny versus Mark Malott, and Mark Malott was, I want to say, negative like 400 favorite, and Neil Magny was completely the underdog. And Neil actually lost his last fight, but one thing that Neil is very good at is outlasting his opponent. The guy's definitely a veteran. He's fought more fights than, let's see, his record is 29-12. That's a lot of fights. But if you look on his card or you look on his record, you can see that he has KOs. You would think that these KOs come from him landing a devastating punch, and I guarantee you the majority of them, I haven't watched all of his fights, but his KOs come from him laying on top of the person and just pretty much outworking them until they can't move anymore. And the ref has to stop the fight because they are pretty much getting bitch slapped over and over and over again and can't stop the man from bitch slapping straight up. So that was pretty funny to see. And it's always a toss up. I'm going to tell you this. If you're a betting person and you want to potentially just risk a little money, but possibly could win some big, put it on Neil Magny because this dude comes through somehow, some way. And even though he's not really that devastating of, a puncher, this, that, and the other, he still remains in top 15. Like, it's unbelievable. Anyway, let me get off of him and then move on to our co-main event, which was Raquel Pennington versus Mara Buna Silva.
Yes, let's please.
So, explanations needed.
I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
No.
No. Okay. So I'll be honest. I have no clue what Silva was doing. Okay. If you go back, you watch all of her previous fights, this girl looks like somebody stole her child and she's coming for vengeance. And she goes in the ring, and I'm talking about she puts it on her opponent. Like, it's ridiculous. Whether she's got to use her jiu-jitsu, obviously, her being a Brazilian. All of them have jiu-jitsu, clearly. But this girl is a good kickboxer. She's good at Muay Thai. She has striking. She has knocked people completely senseless. Like, all she did for 5 rounds, well, I lied, 3.5 to potentially 4, was clinch. She was reaching in, clinching, go for a takedown, can't get it, clinch. Throw an elbow. None of her elbows really were devastating at all. I didn't see Pennington react to any of them.
She didn't use them smartly. She didn't use them smartly at all. Like there was times I thought it could have been her saving grace, and she still didn't use it.
And I'll be honest with you, if Pennington would have decided, because in my honest opinion, for the 5th time, she came into that fight apprehensive, like, I don't know if I really can win this fight. I'm just going to go out here and do my best, and we're going to see what happens. But then after her coach was like, look, do that. Throw the 1-2. Like, all she had to do was go out there and be aggressive. That was it, period. And Silva couldn't handle it.
No.
And it got so bad to where, like, she tired herself out. So, I mean, the last, like, 3-4 rounds, it was just a wash.
Couldn't handle it.
It was a pretty boring fight too.
I'm telling you. What I tell you,
I'm a little like baffled as
Martin after coming hers.
Yeah, she looked pretty bad all around. I mean, yeah, her performance, her face, her technique, it all looked bad. Anyway, moving on to the main event. We got your boy Duplessis versus Sean Strickland with his Mayweather Philly Shell MMA style. And Dricus won. How he won, I'm not really sure. But what I have to think the refs were looking at was the fact that he actually decided to go for a takedown. And when he did take Sean down, well, I'll say this. When he did go for a takedown, he got the takedown. Not every time. But once he actually got Sean to the ground, there was really no damaging blows landed, no damage at all, no submission attempts. And Sean was able to get back up to his feet and strike pretty much whenever he felt like it. So you start to wonder, like, what the judges are judging on. Is it damage? Is it control? Is it because he took him down? Because let's face it, Sean Strickland outlanded Dricus in almost every round when it comes to significant blows. And if you were to look at damage, Sean had a cut, maybe 2 cuts, I say, and he was bleeding. But Dricus could not see really, like after the fight, this man was bubbled up all over the place, and I have to go back and think, is it the Conor McGregor type syndrome where, Dana just has to have somebody that has a social media presence or that can potentially sell some tickets, or is he trying to capitalize on a South African market, or like, what is it? Because I really feel like Sean won. So that's what I have to say. Another controversial decision. That usually you have to beat the champ in order to take his belt, and I don't feel like that happened.
Let me be real with you. I felt like Strickland wasn't the aggressor when he needed to be. I think he won the first 2 rounds. He was solid. Wasn't dominant, but he was solid. There was an overhand right that Duplessis kept trying to throw, and it wasn't really landing. Like, it wasn't close at first. By the late third, early 4th round, it started landing. And he was able to put more action behind the work. To be honest with you, I came into the 5th round going, this is where Strickland has to show dominance. Like, he has to be the aggressor this round. But he was opened up too bad, and I think he was in defense mode to protect him. Because of the way he was gushing blood, I'm not sure he could see. He kept trying to wipe it away or whatever, but when blood get in your eye, son, that's a whole nother.
That's it.
That's a whole nother ball game right there. But
so do you feel that he won the 5th round?
I didn't think he did. I honestly,
Okay.
Here's why. Because as the champ, what you're not gonna do is leave this thing up to the judges. I said that mid-fight. He cannot afford the way he's boxing, because he wasn't really fighting, he was boxing. It was a lot of jabs and counters. And I'm sitting here going, he cannot afford to leave this up to the judges. He's not active enough.
Right.
He landing, but he not active enough. Like it was. So
he
by
wasn't
the
active,
round,
but
I'm like, you need to start wailing.
yeah, he wasn't active, but he was the aggressor in that last round, in my opinion. I felt like he was pushing Dricus, kind of back. Dricus was, doing his stick and move and kind of like getting out of the way type deal.
That was the most active I'd seen him all night.
But one thing I will say too about Sean is that, yeah, I can agree with that. But I thought he won 1 and 2, and then he won 5. So that was my what I thought behind it. But fighting is fighting, and like I say, judging, you gotta kind of see what they're looking at, because let's face it, Sean never attempted a takedown at all, period. So there was never any ground control for him, period. So that could have been one of the deciding factors right there, And one thing too,
what have you done for me lately?
Right.
So, like for instance, he won the first 2 rounds, but we didn't really see him get back active until it was winning time. While 3rd, 4th round, we saw Duplessis get active, and he was still putting up a fight 5th round. So that's why I was like, even if it's 50-50, they're gonna give it to him simply because
short-term memory.
Short-term, he was the most recent active fighter in the bout. What have you done for me lately?
I can agree with that. One thing that bothers me with Sean Strickland is that if you're going to use that Philly shell, go to a boxing gym and learn how to actually use it the right way. Because if you noticed, like you were saying about the overhand right, that shoulder, his head was way out here, like where's your shoulder protection? You holding it like Mayweather, but this shoulder's completely out of the picture, I didn't see him roll with it, not one time.
Nah, he didn't.
And come back on a counter. His jab was good, but I think that was because, when you're in a Philly shell, you can absorb that, those punches and then be right there in their face ready. The only thing with Sean Strickland moving forward is like, look, you got talent, you can potentially be the champ again, but if we're gonna go, and try to improve ourselves and potentially be champ again, I want to see him utilize the Philly shell the way it's supposed to be utilized. That was disappointing for me. Yeah.
Bravo, my guy. Anything we need to be looking into this weekend, though?
Well, actually, I haven't even looked ahead because I was, still kind of reeling from this weekend. So, let's see. Did they even have fights this weekend? Let's see. Oh, see, we got. Is it a fight night? They got a fight night. Let me see if we have anybody that's once again. Do you see this card? Please just go look at the names. Like I am having trouble pronouncing all of them.
That's first of all. You talking about that January 28 card? You looking at the February 3rd card, huh?
Yes. So there's hold on.
Okay. No, I can't pronounce that. I ain't gonna even try.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dolce and Imavov.
Imavov. Then you got, I guess, Drew Dauber. You can say that versus Renato Moicano.
But that's not even their weekend, man. I ain't gonna don't hurt stuff like that.
Now I will say this: I want to see Randy Brown fight this Muslim Salikov. Because Randy got them hands. That's probably gonna be entertaining. But let's see what they got on the prelims.
Nah.
When is the next big
Yeah, man. I just feel like a lot of them is like a lot of up and coming,
Let me look real quick because I'm with Derek on that too.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on in the world of boxing real quick, because maybe we can find something in there too. Well, you know what? I'll come back to that. We gotta keep moving. We gotta keep pushing forward. Yeah.
Yeah, Teofimo Lopez versus Jermaine Ortiz.
Look at Ross.
Let's face it,
highly vulnerable to takedowns. Depending on where you're trying from, Duplessis wasn't going that low.
I really feel like
he kept coming in the mid range. I mean, if he'd want to be a little bit lower, maybe so.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I think Izzy can beat Dricus.
You know what?
Styles make fights.
You're right about that.
That's in every sport.
Now, let's push on from here, bro. I appreciate J.E. in the corner with J.E., man. We appreciate you coming back this week. We know, man, you got things going down. You yourself are a fighter. You stay in training mode, man. Listen. We get some footage, man. You know, slide it on over. We want people to be able to see what you got going on now. They need to know.
Well, I'll just say this. I got some things in the works. If I can just get my old behind back in some cardio shape. Like, it's not like I'm not going in here and, doing my thing for 1.5 rounds, So I just need to get, the second. I don't want to be out there like Silva. You know what I mean? Because, hey, let's face it. I'm a professional. Like,
hey, matter of fact, that's another thing. That chick was laying on her back with her arms behind her head. She was chilling, dog. Clock steady ticking.
Yeah.
She was
2 rounds.
She was that tired.
The ref had to make her get up.
Yeah. I was like, this is embarrassing, bro. And that's the one you say got the dog.
And I'm gonna tell you, I've gotten tired in a fight. I've gotten tired in a fight, and it is embarrassing when you can't throw a punch because you can't breathe. I'm telling you. Straight up.
All right, man, look, we got to come back real quick, bro. We're going to come back, and we're going to finish this part off, and then we're going to get moving. Sunday. So that was Saturday night.
No, Saturday evening to Saturday night. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sunday is when it got real interesting. Detroit, Tampa got into it. Lions beat the Bucks 31-23. Detroit football, Jonathan Island. I'm going to say this, and I don't want nobody to laugh at me. Y'all got to take me seriously when I say this. Detroit Lions football is very real. Stop, man.
When you started it, it was what kind of made it funny. Like, Detroit Lions football. Okay, well, there's the laugh right there.
Detroit Lions. Hey, but here's a stat I don't think nobody has paid attention to. The Lions, this is for the Dallas Cowboy fans. The Lions this century have had a winless season and still have made it to the NFC Championship before the Dallas Cowboys have.
That's one of them stats. You like you read it and you like, man, somebody making that up, right? Like,
so we had 2024. 24 years into this century. The Lions have had a winless season. If I ain't mistaken, damn near twice, wasn't it?
Damn near twice. Yeah.
Damn near twice. And they still made it to the NFC Championship before the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. Yeah, that's not even me being funny, bro. That's real.
But it's funny.
Yeah. All I gotta say is nobody takes a loss like a Dallas Cowboy fan. Like, man, they like got a call out of work, like, man.
Alabama fans kind of right there with them. I don't know. That's close. That's a close one. That's a close
I feel like Alabama fans and Dallas Cowboy fans are, the little Spider-Man meme when they pointing back at each other. but here's where I'll give Alabama fans a little leniency. At least their team was winning championships.
And I guess that's why a loss for them is so hard. You got to call and check on the Alabama fan for the next 24 hours after they lose. You gonna have to call and make sure
I ain't gonna lie
everything's
to you.
okay.
When Nick Saban said I'm out, I'm pretty sure
I knew a couple of them. I was like, "Ooh, I might need to." How you doing?
Catastrophic blow.
How's everything?
You all right over there? You need a hug. You need some juice. We can send the prayer committee around there. Just need to make sure you put you on 24-hour notice and watch and stuff. Yo, but anyway, man, Detroit Lions went out, handled the Tampa Bay Bucks. Baker
Manziel
looked good, but then as Derek points out, turned into Baker Manziel that last drive. I ain't gonna lie to you. CGJ is funny. He is funny, dude. My boy said I picked the ball off and I tossed it back to Baker. So and then had the footage to back it up. But nah, man, Tampa surprised me. You come off of having arguably the greatest quarterback in history. Some would say the best football player ever. I'm not going that far. But to go from having that and the championship runs that they were having to we got Baker Mayfield as our starting quarterback, you go, huh? And you think about all the big names that they had during the championship runs, and you go, ain't no way in hell. So Todd Bowles, bravo to you, sir. You did a hell of a job with that Bucks team. But unfortunately, you ran into the damn Detroit Lions. I keep wanting to say Detroit basketball because that's the only thing that's been relevant out there. And that was a while ago too.
They got to the playoffs, so I'll give them credit for getting to the playoffs. But we're not going to sit here and act like they were not playing in a division where, hey, somebody got to go. Somebody got to win this division. It ain't like he did a great job. He just did a better job than everybody else. Oddly enough, everybody else in the division, except for the Saints, decided, you know what? Our coach ain't even worth it. Just bye. So it ain't like he did, like I said, it's not like he did a masterful job. He didn't do what D'Amico did. He didn't do what the coach from Cleveland did, or just Cleveland in general. He was just good enough to beat all the other bums that was already in the division. They did lose to the Falcons one of them games, dog. One of their losses did come to the Falcons. And I'm sorry, if you lost to the Falcons, it's unacceptable. It really is.
However, I will give him
this.
They
got to the playoffs.
They got to the playoffs and they won.
And they won their home game.
Which the Dallas Cowboys can't say. Anyway, I'm gonna leave the Cowboys alone first.
But yet they retained their coach.
I'm gonna leave. Wait a minute. Damn, the Aints won the Super Bowl. Yes, they did, sir.
Yes, we have, bro. Calm down.
And they did a few years after my Colts won ours. Again, I know it's been a minute still, but that boy said, what if the Lions make the Super Bowl? I ain't gonna lie, Detroit gonna get money off of that. That's gonna be beautiful for them, man. They need, an economy boost up there.
Hey,
but I'm a Dan Campbell fan. I just as a coach.
Can y'all imagine a Detroit and Baltimore Super Bowl? Like, how many pimps you think are actually be in Vegas at that point? Like, it'd be more Cadillacs rolling through the strip than we ever. It's like that should look like a steel tipping video. Like,
hey, listen up. Josephine, when we leave this parking lot here, let me tell you something, all right? When we leave this parking lot here, bro, I bet not see nothing less than 5 racks come out them panties. You understand?
You would have to lock up every NFL player down there. Like, yo, y'all got 5 o'clock curfews. 5 o'clock, yes, 5 o'clock. Oh, y'all got 5 o'clock curfews. I want everybody in their room locked up.
Hoes is out. That boy said still tipping the clean video or
the uncut. Most definitely the uncut. That's exactly what the strip of Vegas looked like. That strip of Vegas would look like the uncut version of steel tipping mixed with tip drill. Just like what is going on around here?
Yes, tip drill.
Trust me.
Not tip drill.
Yes. It would be crazy down there.
Anyway, man. Bucks fell to the Lions. And then lastly, man, we got to hurry with this one, man. The Bills fall short at home. They fell short you finally got what you want. You got the home game against the Chiefs. This is your chance. And they fall short to the Chiefs, 27-24. I do want to ask one question, Jay. The Buffalo Bills, will they ever win a Super Bowl with Josh Allen as their quarterback?
Well, I just really have one word for you about the game is that disappointment. Disappointment. I don't know, like what the deal is. Yeah, because like I mean, Josh Allen. Don't get me wrong. He's like just another kind of. He's more or less like a Steve Young in a sense. Like he can run, he can throw. Like you know what though? When I started thinking about it, I feel like they're like the Gatorade commercial. Like people disappeared. It was like, where were some of their skill players that was so good in the beginning?
You're a former receiver. I gotta ask you. So you saw the 80-yard bomb that Josh Allen threw the digs.
Yeah.
The receiver in you, are you catching that, bro? When you look at that play in totality, is Jonathan Allen catching that ball?
Well, Dwayne, I have to say that I had pretty sticky hands, so I don't want to brag on myself, but I feel like, that was put in a place where you could have made a play.
What the hell what happened with Stephon Diggs then? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, my boy.
Where's he been? Like, I mean,
he can't. He. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's had a lot of times where he's been open, and Josh Allen be like, I don't see him. We'll figure something out.
Right. Anybody notice that this all started after his brother got on Twitter and was like, "Yo, bro, need to get out of there."
Yeah, after Trevon Diggs said something publicly on Twitter, it was like all of a sudden Josh Allen just got in his feelings. Was like,
and I can say that because I had him on my fantasy team, and I was like, "Are you gonna catch 5 passes for 20 yards again ever? Just give me 20 yards,
bruh." It's like Josh Allen told him, if you run anything further than 10 yards, I ain't throwing it. Like,
what? The funny thing about the game itself is like when you look at the stats,
the stats is ugly.
He ran for 2 touchdowns. He threw for a touchdown. So he himself had 3 touchdowns. However,
say it. Go ahead.
You threw the ball 39 times and didn't even make over 200 yards. And it's like this is where my issue with NFL analysts
say that again. I don't think people speak clearly into the mic. Say that part again.
He threw the ball 39 times.
39, just short of 40.
But yet he still did not manage over 200 yards.
The exact yardage was what?
Like 189?
189 yards on 39 attempts.
That's insane.
With 26 completions. 26 completions, 189 yards.
Whatever they want to say about Tua. Tua can do that in
I'm sorry. I gave him 3
quarter and a half.
I gave him 3 extra yards. It was actually 186.
186. That's what I
thought. With 26 completions. And like I said, this is where my issue with like NFL, the commentators and stuff. Like, let's be honest, bro. If this was one of us,
if that was Lamar Jackson,
you're not paid to be a running back. You're a quarterback. You should be completing. You should be throwing for more yards. You should be doing more of the. But you don't hit like.
And I think he was 26 or 39.
26 or 39.
So here's my thing: if that had been Lamar Jackson, 26 or 39 for 186 yards, what would they have said, Jonathan?
Probably what DT just said. All I'm saying, that's nothing but 7 yards a catch, Every time he threw it, we're not even getting first downs. You know,
And you can get obviously you can get 7 yards on a good RPO. Like,
but you know what that means? There's no yak. Them boys was all over everything he threw.
I tell you this, after the game, all I could think to myself was Josh Allen needs to do what Pedro Martinez did after one of them games against the Yankees at his press conference. Just be like, ain't nothing I can do except for call Patrick and Kansas City my daddy, because that's exactly what it looks like. They run you no matter what. I don't care if we playing in Kansas City. I don't care if we playing in Buffalo. I don't care if we playing on Mars. I don't care if we playing on Saturn. You're not going to beat us. Period.
Like I said, you got what you asked for. Buffalo, you got your home field advantage.
And still got beat.
And still lost. They ain't even had Tyreek Hill this year. Still lost. Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. Oh, well. Anyway, man, let's take a quick pause. We're going to come back because we got a little bit of something that DT need to get into.
You don't say.
It was some Baseball Hall of Fame.
Nonsense is what we're going to call it.
We'll be right back here on BWNC Radio. This is UGSK. Stay tuned. I mean, like, for real. It's going to be a minute. Don't go nowhere. We are back here, UGSK, Land of the Trill, where sports and culture collide. This is the Underground Sports King. He's DT. I'm Whoa. JE, appreciate you for coming in tonight, man. Let me stop doing it because I keep moving the camera. JE, I appreciate you for coming through tonight, man, holding it down, doing your thing with the UFC. He is our mixed martial arts UFC boxing guy. All the knowledge that you need coming straight from the man himself, because why? He does this. Anyway, DT, sir, the floor is yours. I think we're going to get here and talk just a little bit of baseball.
Just a little bit, man. So we'll start with the fact that I think we got like 20-something days before pitchers and catchers report for spring training. Yeah, man, baseball season, one of them things that it lasts long and it come back around quick. So the month of February, middle of February, you get pitchers, catchers report. End of February is when basically spring training starts. So we have the new Hall of Fame list that has your current inductees that just came out. So for Baseball Hall of Fame, you need 289 votes to get in.
Right.
All right. So there were 3 people who were inducted in, and one, I think it's the Players Association voted him in, and that was a coach. That was Jim Leland, who most definitely does deserve to be in.
No argument, though.
Your 3 people who got in. You have Adrian Beltre, 366 votes, 95.1%. All right. Next, you have Todd Helton, the Colorado Rockies, everything pretty much. And then you have Joe Mauer, best known for his time, I think, at the Minnesota Twins. I believe they I believe they won a championship there with him. But those are your three who got in. Ty Helton got in with 307 votes, 79% of it, 79%. Then you have, like I said, Joe Mauer, 293 votes. It's the people that are like right under that are kind of like, wow. The first one, of course, who ended up
I see the list.
Who end up being about 5 votes short is arguably one of the most, probably one of the most dominant closers of all time, Billy Wagner. I'm like, how he, and I want to say this might be his second or third time coming up short, and I cannot for the life of me figure that out. I cannot figure that out. But it continues because right under him is Gary Sheffield. Now, we all know Gary Sheffield is not in because of his links to PED. Guaranteed. There is no questions about that. However, as you see what Woe is doing, I would venture to say that outside of Barry Bonds, Gary Sheffield probably had the quickest hands in baseball. And
when we talking about quick, you can come in with a high and tight fastball,
and he was gonna turn on that bad boy,
and you can see the quickness in his hands.
I was
simply
gonna say
because
something that was gonna get us in trouble.
He could hold that bat, and you can see his wrists like they were loose. He was ready. Never seen a man hold a bat while having the loosest. It was just. He's just letting you know I'm here, and like it's flinching as he holds it, but it's the same little twitch because you can still see the barrel of the bat waving like this, which means he has control of this bat.
He brought it. He would bring the front of his bat almost so forward that as the pitcher, you could almost see the top hollow part of the bat. Like that's how far he brought it down the whole time. And he would go from here to here with the quickness. Then we have somebody right under Gary Sheffield, who I ain't gonna lie. And I'm not saying
he had the longest reach with a bat.
Mind you, I don't say this. I'm not saying this as a homer. But for the time that he was playing, you can't name me a better center fielder. Period. You cannot name a better center fielder. When he was at his prime,
it was post Griffey.
Exactly.
You can't.
There was not a center fielder better than one Andrew Jones. Mind you, this is a dude who, at the age of 19, I believe it was, hit a baseball out of Yankee Stadium.
He was how old?
He was 19 years old.
Let me tell you something. That young man's strength is serious. Because that ain't even weights. It ain't.
I want to say he has, it's either 13 or 16 golden gloves. And I want to say it was like 13 straight.
Oh, yeah. You can best believe if he played a full season, Andrew Jones is going to get a gold glove that year.
I believe he has over 400 home runs. There are very few players in Major League Baseball who can say they have that many gold gloves and that many home runs in their career. And every single one of them is actually in the Hall of Fame.
The only knock against Andrew Jones, because boy, when he swung for the fences, Chances of him connecting, though. Man, my man has some strikeouts on him. But hey, go big or go home.
But he was, again, you're talking about a person in the highlight of the Braves era.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knew that them Jones boys wasn't no joke. And I'm not even a Chipper fan, but the Jones boys wasn't no joke. To see that this guy is still not in the Hall of Fame, I think is just beyond me. And again, like I said, you have Wagner, who was 5 votes short. After that, like I said, the list goes down. Gary Sheffield 246, Andrew Jones 237, Carlos Beltran 220, Alex Rodriguez, Manny Ramirez will probably not. They will probably never be in.
No.
The one on the list, I think, who, if I'm looking at it, the ones I think that have probably the best chance, I would say Andrew probably still has a fairly good chance. Chase Utley, 111 votes. Bobby Abreu, only 57. Jimmy Rollins, only 57. And Jimmy Rollins was a great player. But outside of that one MVP season, he was just that the really, really good. Same with Andy Pettitte. Andy Pettitte was just really, really good. Torrey Hunter, same thing. Really good player. Those guys, I don't think they'll ever be able to crack that Hall of Fame list. But like I said, I look at those top three. Gary Sheffield, again, because of that that PEDs, that's gonna be tough. I'm hoping that Billy Wagner and Andrew Jones eventually do get in. I believe you have I think it's 5 or 6 chances. After that, you drop off the list. I said it to me is just, yeah. Those are the only two I look at of this class right now where I'd say, okay, they have a chance. Everybody else, I don't see it. Carlos Beltran, I think he had a very good career, but I think he had some issues off the field as well. What I will say about Adrian, though, Adrian probably did not come into the best part of his career until he was about 31 or 32. So,
yeah,
this is why I tell people now that as much as I love basketball, as much as I respect football, baseball is the hardest sport to play, and it's the hardest to be great at due to the fact that, like I said, just think, if you succeed 30% of the time, you damn near a Hall of Famer, which is ridiculous, because if you shot 30% from the field in basketball, hey, dog, come sit next to me.
But you got to think how much they play, how many opportunities you get. That's insane, bro. But I mean, like, so that means that you have to be consistently good for a lengthy period of time, man. And I'll give a shout out, man. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here. I don't want to sit here and say who doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. So to those who made it, congratulations. I'm gonna say you didn't belong in there before some of those guys.
Yeah,
that's my concern. Now, real quick though, just to give you a heads up, the 2025 first timers are up. And DT, recognize any faces on there?
Let's see here.
That would be, if I ain't mistaken, that's one CC Sabathia for damn sure. Curtis Granderson. Felix Hernandez.
Oh, most definitely.
Most definitely. I can roll with it. Is that Suzuki Ichiro?
Ichiro should have been voted in when he was
back. Ichiro should have been.
They should have just been like, "Hey, you go ahead, dog. We're gonna go ahead and pass the rules."
I ain't gonna lie, I'm shocked. Adam Jones is on here,
which I don't think he'll make it in.
No, he's not. But no, I mean, I like the list of those who has a real shot. CC and
CC, Felix, and of course Ichiro. Felix had, I mean, King Felix for what, 3 straight years? You wasn't touching him.
Hard to hit, man. He was hard to hit.
You wasn't touching him. I think he had
when he had that gangster lean on that hat.
He has a perfect game under his belt. He has, I think, 2 or 3 no hitters And this is around the time where complete game shutouts was really a thing. So,
Yes.
they don't do that no more.
Yes.
You get a complete game shutout now. It's like, all right, we're gonna rush you for 2 starts because
you can't pitch for it. Wow.
Right. You're gonna miss your next 2 starts. But this was a time that was, Felix and CeCe, man, they were around and held it down in a time where, bro, you was almost expected. Hey, I need 8 now. I need 8 innings out of you. Now you got middle relievers, you got short-term relievers. Now, bro, them 90s and them 2000s and them early 2000s, now wasn't no middle relievers, wasn't no short-term relievers, wasn't no long-term relievers.
Hey,
you getting your butt knocked around in inning 3? Nah, you have to go ahead and hold this one out.
Let me talk to you. I know you getting your ass whooped. I know this.
But you finna stay on this mound for about 3-4 more innings because we are not using up our pitching staff like that.
You're gonna have to go ahead and ride this motherfucker out to the 7-inning stretch. If we
better figure it out, buddy.
Hey, it is what it is. We gotta push on, but man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Like I said, y'all, man, baseball is on its way back. 20 days, I think 20 days from pitchers and catchers reporting to their respective Florida cities for spring training. And then end of February, we full on spring training.
Well, man, look, appreciate that insight, man. We definitely got to get things popping real quick, though. We're going to speed this up a tad bit, you did. So let's go ahead and switch over to the round ball for a sec.
And the nonsense that is going on there.
The Milwaukee Bucks are currently sitting at in second place in the East.
Third place in the NBA, ain't it?
Is it third place?
I think they got third best record.
Yeah, we're gonna roll it down. Third best record. Milwaukee Bucks currently are doing this.
I would say let's repeat that. Number 2 in the East behind Boston.
Right.
By like what? 2 games?
3.5.
3.5 games. Number 3 in the NBA for overall record. Or number 2.
And out of 30 teams, out of 30 teams, they are one of 5 teams that have 30 wins right now.
1 of 5.
1 of 5. They are 30-13, which would put them at tied for, we'll say, the third best record of the year. They fired their coach.
What?
Adrian Griffith is out. Done. Finished. Finito. 43 games. I give you 30 wins in my first year. And I'm fired?
Now, can we just put this in a little bit of perspective here? Again, 30-13, he's fired.
In 43 games, 30 wins.
Now, I don't say this because I'm hoping that anybody loses their job, but we'll just take the team here in Atlanta. 18-25. These dudes gave up more points than I've never seen in a month. I was like, yo, if they win, they gotta score 160 because they're gonna give up 159.
Did you just say 18-25?
18-25.
So you got 25 losses here for the Hawks. But they got 30 wins in Milwaukee after firing the coach.
He still got his job. Detroit went on a 26 game losing streak.
Yeah. Monty Williams still got his job.
And we love Monty. Please don't get it twisted. We love Monty. We think Monty Williams is a great coach. In fact, I wish he kind of would lose his job and then Darvin Ham lose his job and then the Lakers get Monty Williams. I would.
And you can send Darvin Ham back to Detroit where he used to play it.
Just basically, anybody even got to get fired. Let's just make that a trade.
Somebody had said that.
We say something.
It makes sense to me.
We say some things on this show sometimes that actually make sense. But yeah, like I said, anybody even got you ain't even got to put fired on your resume. We can just make a trade. But Somehow that man lost his job. And who did the Bucks go and hire?
Hey, listen. When he come down the baseline, listen. When he come down the base, hey, Doc Rivers.
Now we don't say that, guys, because we feel that Doc Rivers is a bad coach. Because I personally feel that Doc Rivers is a great coach. I feel that when he was with the Clippers, I've always said, if your toughest player is a 6'3" point guard, you got a problem. Then he went from there to he went to Philly, right?
He did go to Philly.
And
he did go to Philly.
He caught the tail end of the James Harden saga.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, anybody in James Harden path gets a pass. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But Doc Rivers used to coach Boston, and round here.
Bring it in. Calm down. Take a breath. Repeat after me. Fuck Boston.
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 We're not gonna lose this fucking game. Get out there and kick their ass.
To the heart. Everybody knows there's only two teams in all the sports that I just flat out hate. I dislike the Tar Heels. I dislike the Saints, but I flat out hate the Celtics and the Yankees. And there's nothing that will ever change that. Ever.
You can throw the Patriots in there for me.
Nah, I dislike them.
But I'm a Colts fan, so you throw the Patriots
in for me. Yeah, that was the nonsense that basically went on for the last couple of days here. Like,
nah, it's been rumors that
what rumor you got? We don't spread rumors. We just talk about them when they out.
It's been rumors. I've seen a few reports. I haven't gotten the certified stuff, but I heard he was coming for Thanos. And
Thanos.
Yeah. The biggest cheerleader in the NBA. That dude. But he was coming for Giannis's brother. Thanos is however you say his name. And I was hearing that he really went at him and said that he was committing the ultimate insurance fraud because he doesn't belong in the NBA at all. And Giannis don't play that. Giannis doesn't play.
Hey,
it's coming for my brother.
I commend him for standing up for his brother.
But you got that man fired after getting you 30 wins. Let's be real also, too, by the way. We said this. Dame Lillard's a hell of a player. All right? He is a hell of a player.
He is an offensive weapon.
He's an offensive weapon.
But
you don't get rid of Drew Holiday and think Dame's gonna come in and fill that void defensively. Ain't no way.
Only thing Dame could possibly do is try to outscore the points he's going to give up.
That's it. And Dame ain't built like that. So sorry, but not sorry. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with the Bucks. Even though tonight, I believe they gotta win tonight. Yeah. Milwaukee did win. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they won.
Yeah, they won.
126-60.
There we
126 to 160.
Now, of course, it was a home game against Cleveland. Cool. All right, but we ain't gonna trip on that. But anyway, so it's just been some madness going on, man, in the NBA. I believe there's gonna be some action coming down between the Hawks and Lakers coming real soon. They say that whole movement has legs. What exactly is gonna take place, I can't say specifically, but it could involve one DeJounte Murray and possibly a D'Angelo Russell. I've also been hearing Trae Young is now in the mix and Donovan Mitchell too. So keep your eyes and ears peeled because all of this is based on the deadline before the All-Star break, which is, I believe, February 9th. I think that's the deadline. So NBA world continues to go around. It's your boy Wall holding it down for kills.
And we would be remiss if we do not mention that since Wilt I don't think we've ever.
Oh
seen,
yeah.
I don't think
On
we've
the
ever-
anniversary.
I don't think we've ever seen a big man do that.
So this is what the 15th. It was the 16th anniversary of Kobe's 81-point game. That was 2008, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kobe's 81-point game. We witnessed a 62-point game by Cat. Big Kitty, 62 points
Yeah,
on the
that
anniversary.
fool had 4 points in the fourth quarter. I'm sorry.
You can't tell me.
I'm
But
sorry.
then Joel Embiid dropped 70 points. And I don't think did he take a free throw?
I'm pretty sure he did.
I know he didn't do it. He didn't take a 3-point, but he had 70 points though. Joel Embiid, regular season Joel Embiid is on a whole nother level. Now, what I want to see is when April comes, does this Joel Embiid show up? That's what I want to know. But I think it was really dope that it happened on the anniversary of 81. Again, we will forever say it here on Underground Sports Kings. Kobe Bean, we miss you dearly. God, we miss you dearly. But anyway, shout out, congratulations to both those fellas, man. Hell of an accomplishment to have. Hell of an accomplishment for the NBA to have that on such an amazing, memorable night. Now we got to push forward. Back to football.
Conference championships.
It's time for the conference championships, baby. NFC, AFC, and I'm going to say some things that I ain't never said before ever in my life. I ain't never said that the Detroit Lions are in the NFC Championship game before.
I ain't never heard that.
You ain't never heard that before? I mean, I think they've been there once before. Back when Barry was playing, I think they've been there. They didn't win it. But yeah, but it's happening. It's really happening.
Right before our eyes.
Let's get into it, man. NFL conference championships are going down looking like this. What is happening here?
Sunday. And we got the Chiefs and the Ravens hitting it off at 3 p.m. in Baltimore.
You could not ask for a bigger game. Me personally, wish this was the latter. But I ain't gonna lie, because I Am Will podcast kicks off at 8 p.m.
We in the game with. That's why I was like, I was thinking the same thing, but I was like, you know what? Now
we good
because we kind of got a very special and important show and a part 2 to the show we just did. That's gonna be even bigger than last week's. Nevertheless, I was like, yeah, man, I wish it was at. No, I don't. No, it's good where it's at.
It's gonna stay right there.
It's good right where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
They kick off at 3:00, man. That game will be on CBS
in Baltimore, Maryland. M&T Bank Stadium. It's gonna be stupid loud out there. Cause let me tell you, who was that was playing last week? They beat the brakes off of them. Hold on.
Texans.
Them boy, Larry Tunsil and them, they couldn't hear for nothing. Like they from the first through the fourth quarter, you kept looking at the lineman going, I can't hear. Hell of an advantage.
They had like 7 false starts that game too.
Man, it was ugly. But I'm gonna tell you this: Kansas City has got their work cut out for them. Because here's the truth. Let's go ahead and get into it now. Pat Mahomes is still Pat Mahomes. He is arguably the best quarterback in the league currently. He does have Travis Kelce. Rasheed Rice, however you say it. I'm black, so it's Rasheed Rice. 2 E's sounds like A. Gotcha. But Rasheed Rice is a young man who's coming into his own. He is a nice weapon to have. Out the backfield, Isaiah, I run like a 3-year-old Pacheco, has become somewhat of a battering ram. And if you think I'm playing, go back and look again if you ain't been paying attention. When this man finally finds some open space.
Give me my glasses.
Bring
my phone back.
And he run like that. It's the most funniest thing in the world, bro. You got to see it, bro. I don't know if you've been listening.
Like chasing your child around the house.
Little man,
Get my phone, boy.
his head goes straight to the ground, like he's watching his feet or something. But anyway, man, he has become a reliable 22 to 25 carries a game, and he doesn't mind getting up in the pounding the rock. He'll give you 22 to 25 carries, come out with 90 yards, maybe give you 3-4 catches, about 50 yards here. It's a nice weapon to have. Pacheco is. However, opposite of that, offensively, there's that dog over there. There's that man who ain't got a bit of baritone in his voice. His voice so light he might sing alto. Lamar Pimpin Jackson. Lamar Sweetfoot Jackson. Lamar Jackson. That guy. Listen, this dude is he's an instant offense. And Zay Flowers, another young receiver, up and coming, another weapon. And let me tell you something. This kid has God-given abilities. Like he's got great work ethic. I've seen him practicing in this. I watched the footage, but he has God-given ability. Not the biggest man in stature, but that boy just know how to play football. Okay? Now, Mark Andrews, I think he played last week, might play this week, but you still got Likely, the other tight end. Again, like I said, I'm running 2 tights. I'm causing hell. Like, for real. That should be your thing, Baltimore. Touchdown to cause hell.
You want to hear something crazy?
What's up?
They got another running back on their roster who actually ain't played that much.
He just got a little bit of work last week. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would love to have him. Well, he could fit in anywhere, but that's the one, young Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Little 3-1, 3 + 1 = 4. But yeah, look, that Dalvin Cook, the older brother to James Cook for the Buffalo Bills. But it's a dynamic offense that play with me if you want to. We can beat you short, we can beat you long, we can beat you physically, we can beat you finesse-wise. Baltimore is the ultimate package. And defensively,
I was going to say, we have not even discussed them defensively.
The defense
that is the number one defense
mirrors
in the league.
The offense. It is that crucial on the opposite side of the football, but don't sleep on Kansas City's defense either. Chris Jones, anchored by Chris Jones. Chris Jones himself is a monster amongst men. Okay? He himself is a wall. So alone, every snap, he's going to command at least a double team. At least. But you have a chief secondary that not only is tackling and making plays. When I say making plays, though, they're creating turnovers. And in some positions, capitalizing on it. So, name of the game for both sides, hang on to the football. That's one. First and foremost, hang on to the football. Now, if you really want to have some fun this weekend, you want to make yourself sweat, hit FanDuel or whatever betting app you got and bet on who's going to make the first turnover between the quarterbacks.
Yeah, those side bets usually do actually bring you some money. Right now you got Baltimore as a 3.5 point favorite, 66% chance to win that game. I think the thing to me is this is like I look at Patrick Mahomes, and Pat to me is the NFL version pretty much of LeBron James right now. It's championship game at championship game at championship game. Only difference is, for him, usually he actually does have somebody to go through. LeBron didn't always have a team to go through. And don't at me. Y'all know that's true. Don't act stupid.
Don't leave.
No, don't act stupid. We all know he didn't always have somebody.
Hey man, we keep it true around here, bro. We keep it true around here.
I say that in the sense of like, hey, this is what it is. This is, until proven otherwise, this is his division. It's his division. I honestly, I'm picking Baltimore to win the game. One, because I honestly just think Baltimore is a better team, and also, yes, the fan side of me picks Baltimore because honestly, that's who I want to win the Super Bowl. Mainly so everybody who was talking nonsense coming into this season about not wanting Lamar can basically eat their words. Because if we're gonna keep it
He said the
trill,
nice version, eat their words.
yeah, if we're gonna keep it trill, which is what we do on this show. Y'all didn't want Lamar because y'all didn't want to have to deal with his mother, who is his agent.
Yep.
And that's because his mother has his best interest at heart and not the best interest of your organization. I said that.
I'm with you on that. I'm gonna actually name Baltimore as winner, and I'm gonna give you two names I have not mentioned yet. Remember, I told you Baltimore has studs on that defense. Patrick Queen, Roquan Smith. I think them picking up Roquan Smith was one of the best things that could have ever happened to Roquan in his career. Coming over and playing for the Ravens. Something about when you slip on that black and purple, you see
especially as a linebacker. Especially as a linebacker.
It's like seeing a Super Saiyan. Like it's like seeing a Saiyan become a Super Saiyan all of a sudden. Like he just starts glowing and everything, and
a linebacker or a defensive end. It's like we're gonna be real. It's pretty much just if you play defense and you go to Baltimore, it's something about
it's the rich history
at all levels. They always had playmakers from the Ed Reeds to one of the greatest linebackers of all time,
and Ray Lewis.
That's it. You ain't even got to say his name.
And then you can go
Terrell Suggs.
You can go Lodi Nata
as your defensive. What do you call him? The big dude in the middle, because he was a tackle, he was a nose, he was a. Hey man, we can't move him. That's what he was. He was a block him. That's what he was.
Who you think we talking about? But nah, man, it's been always been some dogs in Baltimore, and so again, Pat Queen, and Roquan Smith. Those are two names that I'm going to say they're going to make the Chiefs' day a painful one, a tough one. Baltimore coming out on top in this one.
I don't know if I've ever picked against Patrick Mahomes, man. But
I have.
I usually don't. Usually I have. Never
I rarely win. I have one, but I mean, like
I rarely ever pick against him. This is one of them times where I'm like,
matter of fact, I think I got me one earlier this year.
I don't think it's meant for y'all this time.
Now,
moving on.
On the flip side of that, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on Fox, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. The Detroit Lions will be visiting the San Francisco 49ers. Ooh, I'm going to be real with you. Bang, bang, not a game. You should be nervous.
Nah, you should be butthole tight nervous.
Here's why. Your defense has not looked the greatest. I ain't going to say it was Philly bad because that Eagles team, I don't know what the hell. But y'all actually could have went out last week.
Yeah. You let for in all intents and purposes, a rookie quarterback come in and for four, not even 4.5, 4 3/4 of a, but 3 3/3 of a game, pick y'all apart.
I'm gonna say this: that Lions defense was led by CGJ in the backfield. I mean, with the DBs, and then you got Aiden Hutchinson, the hometown kid, anchoring that defensive line. It's a problem. It's a real problem, especially if no Debo. And so, I think now I have to go double check. I can't remember if Debo's already been named out. I got to double check. But if no Debo, Ayuk has to step up, he's a good receiver. He can do it. To me, he's the most polished of the receivers. But my concern is your game manager. all you haters and the people, who got pissed off at him or whatever, y'all owe Cam Newton an apology. Y'all owe Cam Newton an apology. And if anything, Brock Purdy is your last
questionable.
Because Brock is the only one who can possibly prove him wrong. But everybody else that he listed as a game, he said Dak. Did he say Jalen Hurts?
I think he said Jalen Hurts.
He definitely listed Brock. Brock the only one standing right now, and even now, like I said, he ain't looking like an MVP or nothing. I mean, he's looking like a game manager.
Oh yeah, he did
and
not
the thing
play
is,
well.
A game manager is not. See, we think game manager, and we automatically go to Trent Dilfer or something like that. I ain't saying that. I'm saying he's not going to go out here and play hero ball. He's going to stay within the confines of the offense. He's not going to turn the ball over. He's going to make smart decisions. Know when to throw the ball away.
He might not throw for 300 yards a game, but he might throw for 200. He might not throw for 4 touchdowns a game. He might have 1 or 2. But them interceptions are going to be low. He's not going to fumble the ball. He's not going to give. In other words, because I done changed my definition. It's not even. It's like I would rather be a game manager than be a Desmond Ritter.
What a game manager is actually just a good quarterback.
Yeah, just a solid quarterback. Nothing flashy, nothing special.
But he goes out and he gets the job done. That's Brock.
He does his damn job.
So, but Brock has got his work cut out for him now. He does have, to me, one of the most elite offensive weapons in football. With
who lied to us all.
Run CMC behind him.
He lied to everybody in Carolina. He lied to all y'all in Carolina. Y'all should be offended.
You eat Peter Griffin his ass.
His knee was hurting. His ankle was hurting. And as soon as they said, all right, Christian, you got traded to San Francisco.
All matters. Look at that.
Look at God. You wouldn't believe.
Oh, this feels good. Hit him with a full sprint, Christian. No, man. But no. So, like I said, Kittle, I ain't gonna lie, Kittle had a rough outing a little bit last week. Didn't look like himself as well, but could be a bounce back week. Either way it go. I ain't gonna lie, this could really be a coin toss because the Niners are home. They do have a rowdy crowd as well.
And like I said, as we sit at the moment, Debo is listed as questionable.
Now we're talking. This is the fun part for me. Kyle Shanahan versus Dan Campbell. This is gonna be fun. Kyle Shanahan versus Dan Campbell. The man who is arguably the most elite offensive mind as far as a coach can
arguably
be.
Hell.
And then the man who basically can make a play or run through a mountain for him. Not a wall, a mountain. Dan Campbell can convince any man to run
with some honey draws or something.
And so this is going to be a hell of a game. But Derek, how do you see it playing out?
Oh man, I'll say this, man. If this game was in Detroit, I honestly, with no hesitation,
would 49ers win Saturday?
With no hesitation, Detroit. With it being in California, there is a little bit of hesitation there. What I would say is this. We tend to forget that Detroit has a quarterback who's been there before.
Yes, they do.
And I think, as we all know, experience is one of those things that you just can't, you can't recreate it. You can't, there is no practicing it. It's just something you have. This dude went to the Super Bowl. He fought toe-to-toe in the Super Bowl. He knows what these NFC games like. He knows what these championship games are like. Mind you, to get to the Super Bowl that year, J.E. and my loving sister, y'all hold your ears. He went through the Saints in New Orleans to get there. I don't care about what help he had from the referees. I still say y'all talk about that. The question should have been, hey, Sean, why are we throwing the ball? Why are we not running it? But nevertheless,
man, damn that's still the NFL. This is a professional league. You gonna act like there wasn't no flag?
He went through the
Apparently it works because that's gonna be the man who leads the officiating crew for the Super Bowl this year, by the way.
He went through the Saints in New Orleans to get to that Super Bowl. He's played in hostile places before. And there's a part of me that wants to say, like, will that be the deciding factor? That experience. Can he himself be the one that brings that team together and holds them steady enough to say, we can go out here and at least, man, we ain't got to win. We ain't got to win by, 10, 11, 12 points. Can we win by one? Can we win by a field goal? I will say this. If the game is close with 7 minutes to go, Detroit wins this game. If the game is close, and when I say close, I mean 7 points or less, touchdown or less, Detroit will find a way to win this game.
Okay.
So in other words, the 49ers, in order to win, you're gonna have to blow them out.
Yeah.
Because I think Dan Campbell has.
They have to be front runners, and I don't know if San Fran not really
full control.
I don't know if they can do that against this team. So I'm gonna say a few names. Penei Sewell, you got your work cut out for you on that O-line. David Montgomery, you got your work cut out for you at that backfield. Amon St. Ra, sir, you and your blue hair need to go out and have a fantasy football fiesta out here. You feel me? Like I'm talking about, you need to go and have big money type day. Sam Laporta is a tight end that you better be looking for next year on your fantasy league. But I'm saying these names because why? These are the weapons at Jared Goff's fingertips. And when it comes down to it, the only thing Jared Goff really has to do is just be a better game manager than Brock Purdy. You don't have to go and be a hero. Just be a better game manager than Brock Purdy. Put the ball in the hands of the people who can make plays and watch them work. Detroit Lions. Detroit versus everybody. That's how I'm seeing this. Lions will be going to their first Super Bowl to face the Ravens.
Bring the Cadillacs out.
Pimping all over the world. That's how we going with that one. Now, any last words, DT?
And now y'all I know we, of course, this is a sports show and everything like that. Great time, great show this week. But I want you guys to go ahead and prepare yourself. Go back and listen to last Sunday's I Am Woe show and prepare yourself for this Sunday's show coming up. Get your questions ready. But for all our brothers and our sisters, Black men, Black women, this is a show you are not going to want to miss. And it is imperative that you don't miss it, if I'm being honest. All right. Sunday, 8:00 Eastern time, which is 7:00 Central, and so on and so forth, man. Y'all get ready to watch what can very possibly be a monumental show. 8:00 this Sunday. I Am Woe.
Appreciate that, man. Definitely, like you said, Sunday night is going to be popping part 2 of the single life. But it's going to be something deeper than just being single. rehabilitation is about to take place. So make sure y'all tune in. Sunday night, Sunday evening, we'll say, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Central, going down with DT, myself, and our girl Cole, man. Gonna have a hell of a panel there. Also, tomorrow, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the core queen, Didi Leggett, going up. Got a hell of a guest with DJ Puff in the building. You don't want to miss that. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be a 101 sit down, and your boy will be on the other end of that. It's the guest. That's right, man. I'm coming to Dylan's Dive Bar. I'm gonna have a drink in my hand. I'm gonna enjoy myself. Grown man time, because she gonna make me a Manhattan. You did. Ain't nobody had one of these before. This is nice. It's going down. Dylan's Dive Bar, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss this. Do not miss this. It's gonna be something special. And then, of course, like I said, 10 a.m. on BWNC Radio. That's our block. It's our shit. You feel me? 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on BWNC Radio. Every single day is a new show from the I Am Woe Media Group. This one will be airing tomorrow morning. Friday morning will be Dylan's Dive Bar. Saturday morning will be the core queen herself, Didi Leggett, holding it down. Thank you again, I Am Woe Media Group, and on all the work that you've been putting in. We've all ramped up for our new seasons. By the way, when we come back, it'll be the early pregame for us, but we'll be approaching our birthday, fella. UGSK is gonna make 4. It's been real. It's getting real. You feel me? So anyway, man, thank y'all for your love and support. Continue to show love and support. Download the app.
Mondays drinking.
Go follow us. Oh, we coming with it. Go and follow us all over social media. I Am Woe Media Group. You at UGSK Underground Sports Kings. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube for damn sure. You feel me? We are everywhere. UGSK, that's Underground Sports Kings. We are everywhere. I Am Woe Media Group, catch all the shows. And then, of course, I Am Woe Podcast, the core queen herself. Oh, yeah, by the way, this Saturday, She Talking Tea is coming back. Our girl Cole will be hosting her own show, and she's going to be talking reality. It's not the tea you want, but the damn show is the tea you need. Get it in there, man. She got a special guest with that one. Her name is Amber Rose, and no, it's not who you think it is, but she is a nice one. Anyway, man. Shout out to our people, man. It's been real. J.E. Kales on behalf of my guy DT. I am Woe. And thank you for tuning in. We out this thing, man. Peace to the God, man. There we go. There we go.